varies so much. Now, right now, I'm going to make a very general statement. You know, we all love ourselves. We all want ourselves to win, and we all want to be celebrated. And I believe that's true. I believe that everybody has those, at least those three desires. And there's some people that have a hard time with one or two, but nobody wants to be the bad guy. Everybody wants to be the good guy. Everybody wants to be on top of the heap and at least be able to look down and say, I love you. And all of that, all those things that we want, all that is regardless of what we've done in the past, what we didn't accomplish, what we messed up on, how many mistakes we had, how many people we hurt. Those don't matter to us. They matter that we feel bad, but if it was holding on to that or being celebrated, I think we'd let those bad parts go and just be celebrated. And we all want to be considered for our wins and not our losses. However, what we do to our fellow man is the exact opposite. We remember our losses.
All right.
We remember the mistakes. We don't want to celebrate someone else.
All right now.
We don't want to give a win. And we barely want to love each other.
Well said.
So what we do is, what we want and what we give are two different things. What we say is, we say things like, they need to know what they did. Or, you're going to pay for that. And we say those things to people who want the same basic wants and desires that we have. And we forget that. We forget that they stand exactly where we stand.
Amen.
Wanting those things. And we try to present an outward facade of cleanliness, and we want to be, this is who I am, and this is who you should be. and we want this surface that we present to be reflective, so that the people can see how much they're not measuring up to who we want them to be.
Go ahead.
Meanwhile, the inside of our own cupboard is a hot, filthy mess.
Say it. Lord have mercy.
We refuse to apply the same forgiveness and love to others that we expect to get for ourselves.
All right, preacher.
And the Bible does preach about that. Jesus gives a parable that there was a man that he owed the king some money, a lot of money. I think in our terms, it's about $1 billion. And the king said, it was brought before the king, and the king said, you got to pay or you're going to a prison. And he said, I can't pay, I don't have it. And so he said, can you please just forgive this debt and let me go? The king said, okay, I'm going to let you go. I'm paraphrasing. So he walks right outside the door, directly outside, and another man who owes him about $10. He said, you owe me some money. He said, well, I don't have it. Can you forgive me? He goes, no, you owe me $10. Put him in jail. He owes me money.
Go ahead.
And we don't want to, and that's us. That's what we do. And when the king heard about that, not only did he put him in jail, he let the other guy go. And he put the other guy in jail for longer until he paid his debt. And we forget that God looks on us. He watches us all day long.
Oh, yes, he does.
Don't let somebody off the hook because it doesn't suit us. It's too hard. It doesn't feel right.
All right.
It's not this, it's not that. When forgiveness should be given. It's not about forgetting what that person did and letting them stomp all over you. But it is about letting them off the hook and letting yourself off.
Amen. Amen.
Now, the only way to be able to do that is that the first commandment that he gives, that Jesus gives, has to be present in your life.
All right.
You can't love your neighbor but hate God.
All right.
You can't love God and hate your neighbor.
All right now. Say it.
My dad always said this, our church should be a 2-commandment church. And And when he said that, this is what he was talking about. Two commandments. Is that you love God and you love your neighbor.
All right.
You do both. By giving ourselves to God and holding nothing back, we lose the filter that we look at other people through. And the funny thing about this filter is usually ourselves. With all of our spots on the filter.
Come on now.
So when you look at the person, you see everything about yourself that you don't like on that person. And
Come on.
you start poking at those spots, trying to clean them off.
Yes.
But you can't clean them off because they're yourself.
All right.
Help us.
Say it.
Say it.
Lord have mercy.
Everyone that has the blood of Christ, that has been washed by the blood of Christ, that filter is removed. And you begin to see people through the blood of Christ. You begin to see people the way God sees people.
Oh, yes.
And when you look in the mirror, you see yourself the way God sees you.
All right.
And when you see yourself that way,
you can see other people.
it's a different picture.
Yes.
It's not that same person that just has those wants and desires and is just fighting and scrapping. It's this beautiful picture that God has created. It's a portrait of a person that is complete and whole.
Yes.
Because of the blood of Christ. And when we look at people that way, we're able to see them the same way. And the interesting thing is that when we look at people through the blood of Christ, their mistakes and faults can be justified.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to say that one more time. Their mistakes and faults can be justified by the blood of Christ.
Yes.
We can find it just as easy to forgive someone for a misstep as we expect to be forgiven for ours.
Oh, yes.
And this ability to do this is in direct relation to our following, as I said before, the first commandment. The blood that Christ spilled is our filter through which God sees us, and it's the filter through which we must see our neighbors.
Yes. Amen. 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 Amen.